We are live. This is the buffer test. Austin is over there, mad scientisting.
Okay.
Yeah. So all right, live, not live, maybe live. Countdown: 3,000. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. We're figuring out where we actually come in now. Kick it. Aha.
All right, I'm rolling up my sleeves.
Dude, he's digging in.
We're digging in from this Monday.
Yeah, he is going to
Happy
work.
Monday.
Pack a lunch, y'all.
Okay, so now we get to go back and see how many seconds in before it hit the stinger again.
So there was a lot. We're building the plane in midair.
Yeah, Monday's usually our time to like test something.
Absolutely.
Like Austin's been sleeping on something over the weekend. Has been itching to get back in here and play with it.
Yes.
And so now we've got.
And that was his mad scientist theory on how to. So what happens is, because we have the video roll, the pre-roll video, the thumbnail is the same on Facebook. So it looks like we posted the same thing 1,100 times in the feed. So what we're trying to do is get a thumbnail that's unique to every time that we go live. And we're trying to monkey with the...
and trying to do that on the live to where the live produces a thumbnail. You actually have to create the frame that it snags has to be different every time.
Yes.
Right?
Or else it looks like we've posted the same thing.
Yeah. So, happy Monday. How was Halloween?
Halloween was excellent. My little corner of the universe is just tucked away in literally far north Dallas, basically Plano, and I'm surrounded by old cat ladies. So,
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's quiet.
I figured that would be because you have like the condos and the houses. That would be like efficient trick or treating for kids. Because I was all about the efficiency. I was like, give me a neighborhood where I can hit house.
Yes,
So give me like an acre lots and like the big walks between.
So like the condos complex is surrounded by cottage homes and like the zero lot line stuff. But I don't really know. There are definitely kids over there in that vicinity because I see them at the school bus stop. But I don't ever see.
They probably go somewhere else.
Probably
to do it. And that's,
or if it were me in a capitalist mindset, I would go to like Bentry West, or I would go to
But see, at the same time, it's a lot of those houses you get less house per linear foot of walking.
Right.
So like at some point there is a chart. There's a bell curve.
Oh yeah, there's diminishing returns. Where it's like
you're like, I can go to like the really nice neighborhood, but then like I only hit I can only hit so many houses.
Because I'm surrounded by the houses that are probably...
give me the apartment complex where everybody's home, where I can go clock.
Oh, yeah. But like there, you're probably going to get bite size, fun size.
The small ones, yeah.
So like I'm surrounded by homes that are probably... They're the cottage size. They're very, they're decent size, but I mean, they're like probably less than 3,000 square feet across the board. So they're probably in the 5s at the most, like the most tricked out. But then if you go across Frankfurt and then into Bentry West or whatever, now you're starting in
candy bar.
Now you're starting into 6s and 7s, and now we're getting up to like, oh wow, there's sleeve of Butterfinger out here.
We did the equivalent of like full size candy bar, but we did the I think I did weeks ago. We talked about how my neighbor moved out, didn't tell us.
Oh yeah.
When we moved in, that they were like the neighborhood for Halloween. So we created a like a twisted circus.
I saw that. Yeah, you were wearing like the barker.
So I'm the ringmaster. My
wife
was the dog was a strong man. We had friends from out of town that were like clowns and stuff, and we had like a clown graveyard, and there was a crime scene with the clown. Oh, we had a tent, a big tent that had like the clown thing around it, and we have our one animatronic thing is called Trick or Treat Pete. So he's a clown. He stands about 5 feet tall and he holds a bowl and either can be triggered by motion or with like a stump pad.
Okay.
To like for him to throw up candy into his bowl.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Candy fits in his top hat. You like you pack his top hat with candy, and then when you hit the button, he goes and it plays like some carnival music, and he throws up candy into the bowl. So we had like a whole thing.
I was gonna say, like, are the early reviews like you have supplanted the previous?
We have presented an adequate transition. It's new, it's different. Like they would give out full size candy bars, like multiple full size candy bars. We gave out, because we're a carnival theme, we gave out a big tubs of cotton candy. So like you got, and it was substantial. I mean, bigger than a candy bar. So like the kids would come with their pail, and it would like fill up their whole pail.
The perceived value
is huge, and like kids would just love it.
It's all about the marketing.
Yeah. So it was good. I mean, cost was about the same as a candy bar. We went to Sam's Club and like priced the whole thing out. And we're like, okay, and we probably saved ourselves money because each bin or bucket pack of cotton candy holds 12. So we bought 10 of them, so we have 120 things of cotton candy.
How many kids did you have?
We only had like 60, I think. So we have multiple that we didn't use that we can return to Sam's. So we're gonna save we're gonna save like $50 on the back end.
Excellent.
But it was good. We had a party. It was like a good, successful first. I get to meet a bunch of the neighbors that I didn't know because we kind of like hung out on the. We created a whole. Oh yeah, I bought. I'm an idiot. I was at Sam's. I was like, we need like a carnival game. So I bought the hot shot shooter thing, like the 2 hoops, and
my God,
it's got the whole like return net,
like the Midway basketball.
Oh yeah, there's 2 hoops and you shoot and it returns it to you like the big the hot shot thing. So I bought that, so I put it out in the cul-de-sac and plugged it in because it lit up so people could see that we were like doing a thing. It was great. And then to be honest, more kids played on that stupid shot thing because they'd start playing it and then like their parents would be dragging them to the next house and they'd be like, one more shot, Mom. And I'd be like, that was not me as a kid. I'd be like, candy first. Oh yeah, I'll come back for this.
That's a side quest. We'll shoot baskets in a minute.
Okay. Well, so that was Halloween. We were really excited. My wife had friends in town. We sent them home yesterday. Love having them in town. Love it when they leave. We kind of clean everything up and just reset the house,
bro.
So
that was not my Halloween.
Yeah.
No.
So it's good.
Yeah. Mine was very understated.
So last week I hinted that I had a really big announcement to make, and I think we're going to make that announcement now. Drum roll, please. So let me get this down. So actually, let me rewind and I'll tell a story. So a few weeks ago, we were at the Real Producers Elevate National Conference here in Dallas. Shout out Jordan and Lance for creating an amazing Real Producers magazine that made everybody want to come to us.
Their milkshake brought them to the yard.
And Studio USA being the video partner of Real Producers, especially up here, we got to attend and play.
Yes.
And there I ran into the recruiter for the big company that has all of these magazines called N2. And I was on my soapbox, man. I was talking about how all my agents aren't doing enough niche selling, and like we really need to hyper focus in like local markets and like being an expert in your area. And I was just really like railing into her about it. And at this point, like Real Producers is a very cool magazine, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. Mm-hmm. So this recruiter, hi Beverly, is like, hey, have you heard about beLocal magazine? And I was like, no, or not magazine, but like the guidebook, whatever. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she's like, well, we have a publication that helps connect new residents with like top-notch services. Like, so when they come into, let's say you move to a new area, you get this publication in the mail that's like, hey, here's all the events, here's all the things going on, and like that's just a cool piece.
Like here's your handbook to the area you just moved to.
So being like an awesome recruiting salesperson, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And she's like, well, why don't I just like put you like next Tuesday or something? Let's just get on a call. Let's hop on a call.
I'll
tell you a little more about it. So that was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and everything moved really fast. But I will say now that I was offered and accepted a territory and a franchise for the beLocal guidebook. So I wish we don't have our screen here. I'd show you what it looks like.
Hold that thought.
Yeah, I've got. So they sent me this. Do I have a 2-shot?
Nope. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. We're good.
Okay.
What are you going to pull up the beLocal thing? Cool. So they sent me this. I start training actually this week. So I've got to open this up because I think my training manual is in here. So we're gonna unpack this, and I'm gonna talk about what this means for my current clients and what I'd like and need for you, and how I'm gonna be able to continue to support you. What this means for the people that will be receiving this publication, and talk a little bit about that. So with further ado, I haven't opened this yet, so you guys are going. Actually, I'm gonna wait for Rick. Come on back around here.
We got an unboxing.
So for my real estate agents, for my ecosystem partners, if you're in title or lending, or you're a roofer, somebody I've sponsored events with, I need to know the best, who are the best services in my area. And I guess I should probably tell you a little bit about what my territory looks like. So currently I have my beLocal publication will cover all of Plano. It will cover all of Allen, Parker, Lucas, Fairview, and Murphy. So essentially from Legacy West out to Lake Lavon, if you take that 121 corridor and George Bush, that whole patch. So
nice.
I have about 50 to 60 industries where I'd like to partner with, and I'm looking for like the best. So if you've got somebody that's like, and I'll send this out to all my agents because I'm looking for requests. we're looking for services that people need when they recently move. So let's say I come to California, I need something for home services, right? I might need somebody to help me with my plumbing. I might need a new roof. I might need a cleaning lady, a pool person, something like that. But I also need a dentist.
Yep.
Right. I need a primary care physician.
Yeah, my kids need an eye doctor.
I need somebody to look after my dogs. Right. And those are the people that I want to partner with. I want my agents and my clients to come in and say like, hey, not only is this the best dog watcher or the best pool guy in Plano or in Allen, but I trust him to watch my kids.
Right.
Right. Like those types of people. So I want the best. So when somebody gets this magazine, I can say with confidence that everybody that is a partner in here is vetted. And that's something that Real Producers does really well.
It's the natural evolution of the Real Producers vetted business concept.
Yeah.
Because Real Producers, the beauty of that is, to make it in there as an agent, it's a binary. You either made the list production-wise or you didn't. Mm-hmm. And then on the vetted business side, vetted being the operative term, where it's, if to get in there, you can't buy your way in.
Yeah.
You can't be like, hey, I'll give you $1,000 for a half page. I'll give you $2,000.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not the circus where everybody's invited if you throw money. Mm-hmm. It's literally to get in as a vetted business, or like where we're the video partner, you had to be recommended by somebody that got the list.
Yeah.
That made the list production-wise.
Right? Yeah.
And it's like, these are people that I work with. These are the people that enable me to get on the list of top producing Real Producers. Mm-hmm. And so the same thing would go, but there's not a dentist involved in a real estate transaction.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, this is the after the
fact. But hopefully
fact.
every realtor has a dentist.
Right. Yes, theoretically. Or if you just have genetically gifted teeth.
I think you still have a professional checkup on them every 6 months.
You should.
You should.
Yeah.
But
you should.
But yes, I want the best possible partners to be in this book. I want this to be the best guidebook that somebody could have moving. Like I go back and say, hey, what's the best thing you got in your first 30 days of being here? It's like this thing, because it told me who I should call, events that were going on, local eats, history of Plano. Also, I'll be looking for some people that are willing to curate some of that content. So I'm looking at like local libraries to talk about local events. Title has done a lot of this. So, my independent title people, my title people, my capital title people. Hey, Sean, you guys already curate a lot of the content for like events around Plano, events in Allen, events in Fairview. And I want to bring that all together.
Well, and like I was just telling you earlier before we went live, where, Kathy Beck was in and they crushed on their content creation side because they were prepared, and it's like this was not their first rodeo as far as how they interact with buyers and sellers. So they had these they were kick-ass, like hard copy assets of, here's your buyer's guide, here is, so like essentially that, but post-transaction.
Post-transaction, yeah. So this is to help your buyers thrive in the community, get connected faster, enjoy, the kind of find their niche, like their space quicker. So in here, there'll be places to worship, and there's going to be local events for the month, and there will be, who to call to get your trash can replaced, right? Where's the local rec center? How to get your kids involved in sports. Like
also, the perfect pairing for the actual agents, like one of your things, your mantras is the niche down, niche down, niche down. So perfect partnership situation for the agents that are already local experts. Because one of the things that I always used to, whenever I would teach RPR or whatever, and it would be some sort of wide net being cast as far as, oh my God, the digital this, that, or the other thing is going to take over the world. And it's like, yeah, but, it's like, first off, how many people do you know that like say are over 40 or 45 that are really super tech savvy that can do everything for themselves?
Yeah.
Statistically zero. So the idea is agent and then post-transaction supplement becomes the arbiter of information, where it's like, any ding-dong with a computer can look up shit on Zillow and figure out whatever. It's like they need a translator, because
you have to make sense of it.
Yep.
Right. And so I want this for my agents. I want the title companies to have copies of this book. Like if you're moving into one of my zip codes in my area, like there's no reason at closing you can't be like, hey, by the way, you're probably going to get this in the mail in the next 30 days. But this is a great starting point for like what to do, where to eat, just like flip through it.
Leave them out at open houses.
Exactly. So I personally have a unique opportunity to be successful here because of the relationships we've established, and it's we're all pulling in the same direction. We all want new residents of this area to thrive in the community. I live here. I want everybody to be happy when they move in, and settle in and feel good in their neighborhood. And I personally think we live in the best city in North Texas, maybe one of the top cities in the country.
I'm lucky. I was gonna say I'm lucky that I'm Dallas address, Plano ISD.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're just this right corridor. This North Texas corridor just has everything. Is growing exponentially. Has its problems right now with traffic is really my thing, but besides that, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna open this up.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, now I want to know.
I'm guessing somebody slipped and said there's like a water bottle in here, but I'm guessing it's like a training manual. Kat and I were going to play unboxing bingo, where she thought it was going to be too patronizing, because I've been out of the corporate world for so long. She's like, you're just too patronizing. Let's do it. I was like, well, let's put a list of like everything we think's going to be in here, and then we'll mark it off as it comes out. We'll see if any of us get bingo. Okay, so first thing here. I don't know how to do this like show and tell. We have, I'm guessing this is a water bottle. Let's just rip it off.
Put your athletic greens in there.
Shaker. Okay. Ooh, it's a nice one.
Yeah.
Nice. beLocal. Can you see? Can we get that on that? Oh, here. Boop. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a nice water bottle, like a Swell.
Yeah. Well, also, it's reminiscent of an old-timey milk bottle.
Milk jug. Yeah. Very cool. I wonder if there's some psychology there in like the beLocal, like the milkman thing.
That's a good question.
If we're not there with you in person, we'd still love to see your reaction to this welcome box. Let us share the excitement. Please record a video of yourself unboxing this package. They put it inside the package.
Might want to lead with that in the
tape this to the outside. Luckily, we have a we are already doing this.
Yes. So we nailed it.
Yeah.
However,
imagine just like, please don't show anyone. We're like, okay.
Then we'd be like, and cut.
Well, good. So we are doing our unboxing right now.
Nailed it.
beLocal. This is my notebook, which I'm guessing I will be filling up in training starting here in a couple hours. I probably am going to run Otter on it. I got to see if I can like.
Dude, I've got Otter now because I incorporated it with my calendar. Mm-hmm. I get invited to like rando shit all the time, and then Otter says, "Here's the notes."
Like anybody has like a contact or something.
Yeah, well, even because of the studio, I get solicited by every editor, whatever marketing guy or SEO, or like, we'll get you 5,000 leads or whatever, and they send me these random calendar invites that I don't accept because I have anything that comes in an email automatically gets plugged into my my Google Calendar, but it's non-committal.
Yeah,
so it shows as it's on there, but I'm not going. Mm-hmm. But Otter just sees it as I'm in.
It's in the meeting. So
yeah. So I get notes and I get whatever from these things. I'm like, I don't even.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's very cool. I got a page about my entity formation. So I am going to create a new LLC for this.
Okay.
It's submitted, so it's going to be called Rooted Reach. The idea of being rooted in the community,
alliteration.
And Kat loves some alliteration. You love some alliteration. So that's we'll have Secretary of State rubber stamps that, and we'll have that really soon. But we'll be operating under the beLocal. Whoa! So I get to see this. Holy shit! Cow. We got training manual. You guys don't care about that, but this is an actual.
We got hard copies.
A hard copy of one of the magazines. So you can see on the front. This is Northwest Hill Country.
Austin.
I think this is Austin. This is great. So we've got some beautiful advertising.
Nice.
Let's see this. What do they have in this Hill Country spread in the middle? I will promise not to bore everybody with look at the print advertising on the digital podcast.
Is there a centerfold?
Yeah, there's So ultimate luxury redefined. This is a I can never be a preschool teacher. So this is a kids thing. This is like things that kids can do in here. This publication is about 35 pages, and it's just full of like youth sports, where to find your. Where are the local events, restaurant eats, all for the Northwest Hill Country. And we're going to have this right here for North Texas. So
sweet.
There is one right now. If you've seen this before and you're like, oh my God, that's totally normal, or that's totally something I have. Rockwall County has a beLocal.
Yeah. So I also pulled up Northeast Tarrant, and
do they have?
I don't even know.
You don't know what's on here? Okay.
Basically like a digital format.
Yep.
Oh yeah! Boom! There you go.
So you can open the page.
Look at that!
Issue to issue. Cool.
Nice.
But so stay tuned. The publication probably won't go to print till early next year. We're going to spend a couple months getting everybody on board, getting all the advertising in place, getting everybody on the same team. And then obviously we've got opportunities for all of our strategic partners to come in here.
Yes.
I'd like to turn this Monday time into some sort of local celebration, local appreciation, events,
I would
local
think
business.
So we don't really have anything going on Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, so like if you did, because my thought, just as the studio guy or whatever, is, and this actually allows me to play in the realm of what I would like to do with the affiliate world of Metrotex, you know, where it's like, this is essentially an affiliate publication.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, as far as real estate is concerned. It's everything that's ancillary to real estate from this transaction side, but also post-transaction. Because that's the thing where everybody drops the ball anyhow. Not drops the ball, but that's the thing where folks usually, because human nature is what it is, that, okay, transaction's done, wire transfer went through, bam, next,
yeah.
You know,
gotta make more money. The follow-up isn't always there.
And the same thing with a lot of agents have issues with buy-side content. If you got the listings, well, then it's easy. I'm talking about 123 Main Street, and bang, zoom, Bob's your uncle. Where you have this type of thing is, okay, well, what if we have buy-side agents that are participating and putting it out, and, you know, that way you have something for them to participate in. And then on the affiliate side, you should do like the beLocal show, like beLocal Plano, you know, or like the Plano show or some shit like that. And literally make it a spiff where it's like, okay, if you advertise in the magazine, you get to be on the show.
Yeah.
And then parse that into content. And now it becomes, because we tried that with
it's so cool because it's literally what we've been doing anyway.
Right. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Come on, let's celebrate the community.
And I'm always curious to see, like, okay, what happens if we do that?
Yeah.
Because if you take a half-hour content, like, I don't know, say you had 2 people in and you did a little quick rotator or whatever, and like one of them is a dentist and one of them is a CPA or whatever, chop that up. Well, now that goes out to a million different places that we would
all of
normally
their spheres
never
of influence.
Be. Yes. And it opens. So like there, I'm like, yeah, dude, just do a show, because then that
it opens up the pipipeline for you to bring in more
bring in small business that then see like, hey, I saw like, you know, smiley face dentistry or whatever doing shit, and it's like, I want that, you know, because I'm a huge fan of creating FOMO and herd mentality, and in the real estate world, herd mentality has like put people on the moon as far as just there's always a flavor du jour, but the trick is, okay, how do you be like on the menu, not the flavor du jour, not the special of the day, but on the menu. So that's kind of what I've been constructing this whole thing for, and it just makes perfect sense. And then to dovetail back to, you know, coming back into Metrotex and the affiliate world there, where it's like, oh, this dovetails nicely into being affiliate of the, you know, being affiliate of the year.
By the way, we've got a massive affiliate connection and with thousands of people.
Everybody, and like with Sean and Scott Sr. and everybody, and Jennifer at Capital Title now given, you know, we got the green light on Pay It Close, which is like this thing that is completely never been done, you know? And so it's like, okay, what does that look like? You know, okay, well, that's another thing to play with over here. This is another thing to play with. And then we've got the subject matter expert and, you know, like the idea of chopping up the magazine. So this will be, well, over the weekend, I had my first experiment where hard copy print assets turned into PNGs and then put in on top of subject matter expert stuff. And the idea of like, okay, if you're a subject matter expert and you're a hyper local expert, those two things can combine, because there's synergy there where like, okay, I'm, you know, roofing guy or I'm flooring guy or I'm whatever. Well, now the agents can come in, and if you have advertisers that are the dentist or the dog walker or whatever, pair that with the buy side agents. Now everybody has content, and it's not the same lather, rinse, repeat. But the local, you know, obviously get them to send us digital versions of everything.
Yeah.
So like now, if you have a client that is advertising in the magazine, part of the gimmick is they get content that is overlapping, or part of the magazine becomes part of the content.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of a no-brainer. Yeah. So there now you just have to make sure that everybody's cool with us cutting and pasting.
Oh yeah, but I'm very excited because we're not going to be hunting for like, oh my God, who are we going to find to like put in this space? Like, who's going to want to talk to the new residents? We're going to figure out like our challenge is going to be like which person is going to be like, especially in our ecosystem, like sitting down and being like, okay, who's like the right fit for this space, to be a partner here, which I think gives us kind of a unique position from the other beLocals.
100%.
beLocal's relatively new. There's only for N2 because a lot of these publications have been, but beLocal there's less than 100 right now in the U.S. So we really
mind-blowing.
We really have an opportunity to make our mark on this and do really well. And with all the success that Jordan and Lance has had with real producers in Fort Worth and Dallas, I look forward to cheating off their paper a little bit.
Absolutely.
They've done incredibly well.
And Jess. So and, Jordan's wife.
Jess, who's at High Point, Highport.
I want to say she actually had a beLocal in the Carolinas or...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, wherever she was from originally. That's how she was part of the N2 family, and that's how they met.
It sounds like I need to pick her brain as well.
Unless, of course, I just totally made that up, but that's how I think I remember it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I don't know when it comes to this stuff, so please reach out. If you know anybody that you're like, hey, this is my best so-and-so, send me a text, drop me a DM, put it in the comments. I will have a more structured way to go about getting that. So you'll probably get emails from me, and I'm just going to be badgering all my friends for recommendations.
And one of the things, too, now that I'm stoked about is we can actually cut promos and advertise for beLocal.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, where we can cut promos and say like, hey, are you a hyperlocal expert? Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of a thing. Because it dovetails right into our everyday line of work where the buy side is woefully underrepresented, because it really is just rotating around the listing agent. And rightfully so, because they're the actual hard asset that's for sale. Mm-hmm. But without them, there's no transaction. But also without the buy side, there's no transaction. But the listing agent is just getting somebody out versus buy side agent is importing people to the neighbor. Like you said, I want the neighborhood to be good. I want it to be kick ass. Mm-hmm. So, dude, I'm stoked.
I want my neighborhood to be good. And we have we've got a relationship with N2 because we met Remington.
Yes. So Remington was the creator and founder of Real Producers. And so Jordan reached out to me about 2 weeks prior to the convention, maybe 3. And Remington, so we then jump on a group text and a couple of phone calls. And it was very scattershot as far as the idea. Mm-hmm. But that's the kind of crazy shit that actually gets me excited.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, we'll just show up with a bunch of stuff and see what happens. So day one was experimental, and as luck would have it, we were on the ass end of the concourse. Mm-hmm. And so nobody knew we were there. So we got to hammer out the dents, and then on day 2, we were put in that prominent position at the gateway.
Front and center.
Yeah, at the entrance. And we ended up doing 40 interviews in a day and a half, and I did 20 of them, and it was like, bam! Mm-hmm. Well, that put us on the map for N2 proper. Mm-hmm. And then JP...
What the hell are these little guys doing down there in Dallas?
Yeah. And then JP, the owner of the entire parent company, he's doing some sort of leadership retreat or conference at the airport. Yeah. I guess because DFW really is kind of like the middle.
Anybody can get to DFW from wherever you are. There's a flight
and it is centrally located.
Yeah.
So they're doing that, and he wanted essentially to recreate the vibe of the RP podcast, but in a more structured setting for a corporate situation. So it's like we're going to get some kind of conference room or whatever at the DFW Marriott and do a little road show there.
Nice.
And so that'll be killer. And then you'll be able to be like, oh, hey, I just did the...
Remember you just said hi to me at training, because I think he is part of my training this morning. JP Hamill's the president?
Yeah, I want to say
CEO?
president,
I don't
owner.
know titles. But yeah, JP is going to be supposed to be on my training this morning to kind of welcome everybody in.
Nice.
This is all brand new. Again, I don't know what I don't know, and I look forward to coming at the end of this week equipped with some strategies for some of my people that I know and trust and and be like, hey, here's how we're going to go be top of mind in this.
Well, and the cool thing that I'm interested in is this actually gets you into same but different. As far as, okay, we all know title, we all know insurance, we all know the things that lead up to the transaction. But this is interesting to me from being in the transactional side, or essentially on the listing side, whether it was mortgage or as content guy. I've only ever been on that side of the transaction, except for when I bought my condo.
Yeah, me too. And most of my relationships are in that space.
Yeah, exactly.
In that pre-transaction, during transaction space.
Yeah, and so this will be cool. Just it's like a whole new world.
Well, I'm gonna have to. Most of the people that I'm talking to that kind of run these, I've got my little ecosystem partners and my little areas that I'm going to mine for gold. But a lot of them are in Chamber of Commerce and the Better Business Bureaus and things like that. So big opportunity for me to get into the chamber and get more, kind of diversified small businesses, and which gives opportunity to come back to the studio because one thing we don't do at and two right now is they don't create the content.
Right.
Where we create the content. And I'm like, we can create it, and there's digital agencies at N2 that can help put it in the right places.
Yeah, Jess is driving the bus on that.
There's some really smart people over there to tell you where to put it.
The beauty of that is it's kind of the perfect synergy of old school and new, where it's like, oh, it's actually a hard copy publication.
It's print, which from a guy like
it's like
a year ago.
It's a tangible asset that, because it's like I've done things like, okay, we do Haven magazine or whatever for a luxury listing, which is cool. But usually that is just to make the seller happy, where from the standpoint of like, oh, they see this thing with their house presented in like a national catalog, like a national magazine kind of a thing. Well, they're tickled, Now, I don't know if one of those magazines ever sold a house, but they look kick ass at the listing presentation, and they look great. They look good on my coffee table. Yeah. Where like say, oh yeah, I took that, or whatever.
Yeah. But exactly. Well, these don't, the only time, my opinion, and my coach's opinion, because we were just talking about this yesterday, the only time print works like this is if it's hitting the right person at exactly like the right time, like that inflection point in their life, or it's garbage.
Right.
Like this then becomes garbage. Yeah. I mean, like, and I was telling my coach that I was like, when we got a very similar publication to beLocal when we moved, and I was like, what was cool about it? Like, it was one of the first pieces of mail that like had my name on it with my address on it, and it was like it had things that were like local to the area, and I kept it. It became a coffee table piece. It's still on the coffee table. And guess what? There was an advertisement on the back page that my wife actually found and used to repair our pergola. So like.
Proof of concept.
Yeah, like it worked, at least in this super small sample size. But I wouldn't be a big fan of print media unless you have a very specific, time, place, person, like man, moment, machine type of thing. So
100%.
Okay, well, I've got to get to training to learn all about this stuff, I can talk to you guys about beLocal. What else? What do you got the rest of the week?
I don't even know.
Okay, I've got some big properties coming in. We'll kind of showcase some of that stuff.
Okay, later. Right on.
All right.
Well, dude, congrats.
Thanks for letting me run this. Run Monday.
Absolutely.
All right. You guys take care. Have a good rest of your week.